Hey,
Hi, everyone. I'm Pete Souza. Welcome back
Allie,
to the
Allie, stop. Allie just asked me a question about what something was, and I said I was about to give her like a BS answer, and then you're friends with someone. I was like, I don't know. I should know, Allie, but I don't know what it is. I'm sick of having to act like I know when I talk to people.
Well, I mean, you don't act like you know anything with me, so.
Allie, you talked about, so we were talking about how work can be emotional, especially in the news business, which is the business you're in right now. A naturally happy, exciting, somebody with zest for life. But, the news business can be soul crushing at times, even though it's very important. But you just brought up a time. I said, Allie, was there ever a time when I made you cry? Because we worked together for a long time. And I would sometimes give you some real feedback because I wanted to make you better. Now, you started to tell the story and I said, stop. I think this is something we could capture. So really, let's go through the story again.
Okay. So I was doing a story about this lady and she was remembering her dad through music, I think a show that she was doing.
Okay.
And I just felt the need to buy her flowers, okay? And so I filmed it. I forgot why, but it had a reason to it. Obviously not a very good one, but I filmed it and it was definitely not with the intention of look how amazing of a person I am. Because I'm not, I'm definitely not. I don't think that about myself, but I filmed it and then we did it as a crosstalk where I was like, hey guys, hey Pete and Keisha, look at this. She was really sad. I gave her flowers and now she's happy, that kind of thing. And then after the show, Pete was like, hey, Allie,
but I didn't do it in front of a lot of people.
No, it was just us two.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, Allie, don't do that. Don't do that. You don't want to look like that, on camera. Just do it by yourself. And so I was like,
do that. That's cool, but don't make it a part of the story.
Right. And I felt really sad because wasn't trying to come across that way, and I was scared that I did. And then Pete Souza told me that not to do that again, and I went to the bathroom and cried.
I had no idea this ever happened.
But I don't cry very often. It takes a lot to make me cry, so it was just a tear. I shed one tear.
I really did make you cry, though.
But it was just
I'm sorry.
a tear. It was 2 years ago.
I'm sorry.
I'm stronger now.
But now I'm trying to get myself out of it. Was that valuable feedback?
Yes.
It was.
There you go.
I mean, because I've gotten burnt before too. You know what? This is a great topic.
No, but I miss that because you need somebody to tell you, hey, because you used to tell me all the time, hey, don't do that. Hey, do this. Hey, you need to wear this. You need
to wear this. Take it easy.
Okay,
I'm Roger Ailes. It was the opposite of what people might think. I was like, Allie, if you show up to people who are living in squalor and it's flooded, don't show up in a prom dress. That's the time where you wear, long pants and,
I appreciated that feedback because yes,
Allie hates golf. She hates golf shirts. We had to get past that.
I do hate that. But I unfortunately have gotten into this thing where whatever Pete Souza says is gospel.
That's not true.
And
that's not true.
Well, I'm like, well, if Pete says it, he's sometimes right about things.
Well,
so I'll listen to Pete.
And when it's coming to important conversations, I try to either relay what experience I've had or what people who I think very highly of have relayed to me. Like the other day, Allie was being she was having a pity party.
I was feeling down.
She was having a pity party. So I have experience in Alcoholics Anonymous. Allie does not. But in one of my favorite groups that I go to, my friend Clint always says when we're complaining a lot, he says, why don't you go down to Pennsylvania Hospital and find one of the kids that's in a wheelchair right now and is bald because they're very sick and who wasn't born that way, and tell them how you feel and why you're feeling that way.
That's what Pete said to me, and then I took it to heart, and then I was like,
changes your perspective.
I was like, wait, wow, life is okay.
Life is not that bad. I even thought yesterday.
It's affected me every day since then. I'm like, wow,
it was yesterday, Allie.
No, it was Friday.
Okay, Friday. Yeah, it's true though. It's good advice. But I want to talk to you about something that happened this morning. And I don't care. This person can see this. It doesn't matter.
You got pulled
So-
over.
No, so my friend Christy Soto won an Emmy. Okay.
I saw that.
So gets interesting. So Christy won an Emmy, and she posts that she won an Emmy on Facebook. Probably where you saw it. She's texted. Christy is diehard news biz, like more so than anybody I know. She grew up a part of her life in Colombia. Did not have much money. It's been really her and her mom against the world, and she has worked her ass off to become a successful journalist and to tell stories. That's important to know, because when Christy wins an Emmy, overcoming a lot, growing up with nothing, it means so much to her. So she wants to trumpet the good news like she did. And like the post that she put up, like it was like very, like I'm so happy. It was like a picture of her getting the news that she got it. She was kind of like crying. So it was like really like sort of dramatic, but anyways. And when I saw it, I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like if somebody doesn't know Christy, they might take this the wrong way, right? Well, somebody doesn't know Christy.
Did you say something to her?
No.
Okay.
No, it was not a time to say anything. She won an Emmy.
Yeah.
Like whatever. And you don't think I've posted a ton of stupid shit over the course of my life? Not my business. Another, we're going to go back to Clint, my buddy. Does it need to be said? Does it need to be said right now? Does it need to be said by me? Those are good things to run through your brain before you tell someone something. You know, does it need to be said? Does it need to be said right now? And does it need to be said by me? Allie, right?
I'm usually my lips are usually pretty sealed.
Yeah.
I think before I speak. So
you're pretty good. You're pretty good. I'm not. So
wait,
important.
Where's this story going?
Wait. So this morning, that asshole from FTV Live, wrote a story about Christy and put it up there. And he said, here's a thought. That was the heading. And then he basically talked about how she had posted about winning an Emmy and how she made it all about herself. And maybe next time you could link like the story to it, or like the foundation that you helped with your story. And then he said, look at Allie's face. Like that's true. And then he was like, the hundreds or the thousands of other journalists who win Emmys, like maybe like basically like you don't mean shit. Like, and that's guy's so
sad.
It sucks because
why do people have to tear other people down? Especially, I don't want them to come for me, but
that guy, his name is Scott something. He, like 20 years ago, more than that, maybe, he broke a big story about Jay Leno wanting to go back to the Tonight Show when Conan O'Brien was here. And the guy has had a successful gossip website. Have you ever been on there?
FTV Live.
Yeah.
Maybe once.
Yeah, I've been on once. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Like to look at it or been on it?
No, I mean like I was on it.
Oh my gosh. No, I don't think I have. What if I have? Should I go look?
No, don't look. But so
I'm not that.
And so that is like the gossip rag for like news directors and stuff. Everybody reads that. Like Christy woke up this morning with a text from her agent, like, "Hey, I saw this." Like that was, and shared with her the article.
That's
so the only thing I told Christy this morning, because we talked, I was like, "Look, in all situations like this, like there's a sliver that we can take from it and learn." That's all I'm saying. Like when the guy dinged me, that's what I did. I was like, man, I guess I got to look at myself. Like there's always a little, it's hard to see it at the time,
Yeah.
But there's always a shred. But that guy stinks. And
it's just like, why?
Yeah. Why, right?
Why? That's it. that makes me sick. Like it makes me want to like just live in a hole.
Well, don't live in a hole, Allie, because you've been doing some great work.
But you told me that like, if somebody's talking about you, then that's a good thing because it means like you've made it.
Yeah, well, that's what I said to Chrissy this morning. I was like, really, like you won an Emmy. Like this, like don't even, and you don't respond to the guy. You don't like, there's this one girl, Liv, I forget her last name, but she's all, we're friends on Instagram. My agent knows her, the guy who I work with. And this guy used to always crush her when she was in Fresno, like as a reporter or like, yeah. And now she's in New York, like doing the weather there. Like, so this guy's got no, like, who cares is what I was telling Christy.
That's just sad. It's sad that people look at it too, because if people don't look at it.
Bob looks at it. Bob Walters reads it every morning. Oh yeah, our Allie's current boss and our old news director, my old news director. Oh, I guarantee, like he read that thing about Chrissy this morning. But the thing about Bob is he's so cool, like he just reads it. Like Bob, if Bob sees that, he's like, oh, that's disappointing. Like he's like,
Does he let you know? Like, what if I've been on it?
no, he would let you know if there was, because he wants you to know that it's out there, you know. And ultimately, it can, like there was one story that we did. You were here. Rissa Shaw did a story about the Hocus Pocus lady.
Yes.
Hocus Pocus came out,
Oh my
and
gosh,
we did a
SNL skit.
It turned into an SNL
about
skit.
a KWTX story.
What did the woman say?
I can't remember. She was just like, I don't let my children watch Hocus Pocus 3 or whatever remake because it like entices the devil to come into your home. Something like that.
Yes.
I don't know if that was it.
Yes, and it was a story that got like all this stuff on Facebook, and it went crazy, and then everybody was coming down on the news director, Bob, and it was a whole deal. But yeah, the news business can suck. I mean, think about that. You work your ass off all day, you work hard, you're out there kicking ass, taking names, and then you feel good about yourself, and then this guy comes and knocks you off.
Yeah, like the one time you feel good about yourself actually, and then there's always like that. I don't know, I always feel that what is it, the thing where
Karma.
no, the it's on the tip of my tongue, where like you feel like you don't deserve it, like you feel
well, it's imposter syndrome.
Yes, that. Yeah. There's always that. And so like, you know, you post about it, you feel good about it, and then somebody comes after you. No, I was talking to my sister about this yesterday. Gabby. I was like,
newly married, recently married.
Well, some people saw me in the store. I was on the phone with her, and they were like, hey, Allie, like, we love you, like that kind of stuff, which I so appreciate. But I was like, Gabby, like, I'm always just waiting for someone to say, hey, I watch you every morning and I hate you. And like, you suck. And like, it would, you know, it would be like, yeah, I know. Thank you. Like, you know, like I'm just ready. Like I'm always
that
ready.
will be the one person you listen to.
No, I just am always ready for someone to come for me, and I'm ready to be like, yeah, you're right. Like I feel that about myself. So
I mean, but you have to remember, like, see, you're
I was just talking to my sister about
your intentions are pure. Like you do a good job. Like you put those stories out there because they mean so nobody should be able to say anything that can knock you off. Really?
I hope not.
That's the idea, at least, because I'm the same way. Like I'm constantly like, after a game or something, I'll see like who's tweeting about me, and if people are talking bad.
You're supposed to not look at the comments.
Yeah, I do. I was listening to Howard Stern the other day. He was like, I'm trying to figure out why in the world we allow our social media posts to have comments. He's like, because nobody likes me. Like, and he said that. And he's like, he said, you know what he said? He's like, I liked it a lot more before the comments on social media when I thought that everybody loved me. And he's like, now everybody hates me.
No, like I just remember I learned that lesson after I went to a terrible shooting, and they sent me out there. It was like probably my second breaking news story. It was my second month on the job. Facebook Live. And I had no idea how to do it. And I was also like, just was so nervous. I had just seen like dead bodies, you guys. Like it was terrible.
That's not funny.
And I was just like, yeah, so I'm here and I like there, and it's like literally I look like I'm about to cry, and people's comments were like, somebody come get this poor girl, like is she crying, who did this to her, like please send someone else out there. And I was like, yeah,
please do,
please. Like and I remember I saw that, I felt so bad. I was just like, never again, like this is awful. And but we're here now. We're fine. We're
here now. We are fine. It's funny though. That's like, and that's how you learn. But like, what an awful way to learn something.
No,
like
I was like, oh my gosh, no, I was about to cry. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, I made my bones doing in local news with dyslexia, unable to read the teleprompter, and people were like, "Take him off the air. He's horrible. He can't read." I remember we had a news anchor that left, and so he left. And under the congratulations post for this guy leaving, it was like, "Oh, great! So now the only other news anchor we have can't read."
Oh,
and And I just liked the post.
No, that's what I did that to
Yeah.
somebody. I was doing a Facebook Live and they commented and said that I was a bottle blonde. And
Well.
yeah, no, I mean, like, I don't do it. I don't dye my hair from the bottle, but I get it done. But I was like, okay, thanks. And I laughed at it. It was a pretty little thing. I was like, yes, king.
Which, by the way, that freaks people out.
I know.
It's very
I'm like,
rare.
I see you. I see
Yeah.
you. Come for me.
I had
But
one
don't
situation,
please.
the one on ESPN, where the foster care debacle, and that was a moment I was like, what are you laughing at?
It was just
It was awful.
what you said or what happened to
No,
you?
what happened? And none of it was awful. I got
Well,
through
because
it.
I know you and I'm like, you know.
No, and it was when people finally got to the bottom of the story, like they understood, like, oh, this guy like loves foster kids. He's done like 100 stories on them, trying to get them home, like families. That's what he was talking about here. But at the end of the day, like I learned a lesson. Like maybe I was too anxious to get that story in there. Like if it's not it's got to be organic, is the popular word today, like not forced. And that was my part in that. I was like, I crowbarred that in there. And somewhere there's my ego connected to that. Like it could have just been left unsaid. Yeah. But when I was getting hammered for that, I mean, I was getting killed by people everywhere, like tens of thousands of people.
Sad.
I
didn't know how to bring it up. I was like,
no, you did. So you didn't.
I just didn't.
Yeah.
Was that better or worse?
And then Alex came in, the reporter, and I said, hey, what's up, Alex?
Oh, no.
And he turns to me. The best joke ever. He goes,
no, it was not just, hey, what's up, Alex? It was like something about.
I said something nice to him.
No, maybe something nice.
He said, don't talk to me. You're canceled. I was like, oh my God. Yeah.
How do you come back from being canceled?
You keep your head down. You own your side of it. I was not going to put out an apology, but I got the impression that ESPN was like, look, we have your, by the way, ESPN was amazing. And just like Bob Walters would be like, your bosses and people stand behind you more so than you think. When the shit hits the fan, I was so impressed. Like they were like, we have your back. We know you had the best of intentions. Like, you know, just settle down. We like the way you've handled it. Like, that's it. But I got the idea that they wanted me to do an apology. So I did. And then it was chill. And then somebody that worked at ESPN and PR retweeted the apology. And then it got a whole nother life. And then I ended up like on the New York Post and all that stuff. It was, it was rough.
That's terrifying. But you see, you inspired, like, you know, like, I'm like, well, if Pete went through that.
Yeah, you can laugh about it. It's not that big.
Well,
no.
You know, gives you hope.
Yeah. All right. So we've used up almost all your time.
I know.
So any stories you've done recently that have been extremely fulfilling for you that people can go see on the KWTX News 10 website, where Ali Kadlubar kicks ass every morning?
I really felt really joyful doing a story about this group of Waco ISD middle schoolers. They use 3D printing to make assistive devices for students. So that means like students with special needs that maybe can't like hold utensils. There's a device for them to be able to eat with utensils. And then
dang, and you did a story on that?
Yeah, it's really cute. Well, not cute. I mean, it is cute, but like I really felt happy to do that story because not only were those kids excited about sharing what they're doing, it is also like showing like, hey, they're using these 3D printing, they're learning and engineering skills to do good. Yeah. And that was really sweet. I also liked the Christmas light story I did about the Schmidt house in McGregor. If you're local, go check it out. It's their last year doing it.
Why?
They've been because the husband has cancer and he is unable to just do it all anymore. And they want to travel. They want to, be able to do things during the holiday season. So I think they're just kind of retiring from it. And so it was really great to see like the husband or Mr. Schmidt come to life whenever I started like asking about his display and he was showing it to me. And I love that because you could tell he's really passionate about what he's doing and what he did. But it also comes with that bittersweet feeling of like, we won't be doing this again. So that was kind of sad, but it was meaningful and it was fun to go play in their yard that morning. I like to go play. But honestly, like December, if you're not doing a Christmas story, it's really hard to do stories
Really?
because a lot of people and places that you normally do a story with, they're doing something like Christmas or toy drives or like XYZ.
Anything? What's going on
Christmas.
with the latest toy drives? Anything going on? Like
Well,
toys?
Toys for Tots, KWTX. Drop off your toys, 6700 American Plaza. If you're not local, just donate.
Have you gone out to any of the sites yet? I'm just curious.
That's meteorologists.
Oh yeah.
I need to do that though. I need to bring toys. I need to bring toys tomorrow.
So at the end of all these shows you just talked to us about, do you present all your subjects with flowers on camera? Do you?
Yeah, I come to each interview I do with flowers. So please, somebody contact me. I need story ideas.
You know what was funny? That you used to, people don't understand, like, because I'm like the older person, like the big brother in this whole thing, like you would bully me more than that is so true, Allie.
I know.
She would do all kinds of awful things to me.
I don't literally people who's gonna believe that? Mike? Mike, do you believe that?
I do not.
Mike's still waiting for you know what we'll have to do? We'll have to re-release our Festivus episode.
Oh my gosh. Wait, you know
Yes, that's what we're gonna do.
Yeah, you know who you bully more than I bully you? Andy, my dog.
The ugliest dog you've ever
Here's
seen.
a picture of Andy. Boom.
Oh.
Just kidding.
All right, so you're going to get your hair done?
Yeah, I'm going to get my hair done. I really need.
Will you come to
Look at
Slovakia
this
next
line.
Wednesday?
Next Wednesday? Oh yeah, I can do that.
You can?
Why? What time?
Because probably like 1 o'clock. Come on, you can do it on your way out of town.
No, I can.
Are you
I'm not arguing. I'll go.
Do you think you'll get engaged over the holiday season?
Oh my gosh, no. Has Jared texted you? I'm just kidding. Wait, oh my gosh, real quick. I thought about giving your number to Jared and my mom because actually they were not concerned. But I woke up like 2 weeks ago to a phone call from Jared and I fell asleep at like 5 and he called me and it was 9:45 p.m. on a Monday.
Yeah, I'm boots on the ground. I can find out what's going on.
Yeah, I know. So I was like, well, first of all, I was like, Jared, were you worried about me? Why are you just now calling me? And he was like, no, I thought you were fine. I was like, no, you should not think I'm fine. You should always assume the worst. And then my mom wasn't even worried. But I was like, just in case, I'm going to give him your number.
Do they have my number?
No, I need to send it.
Send it to him. All right.
Okay, I'll do that right now. 1 second, guys. No, I'm just
All
kidding.
right, Allie Kadlubar, thank you so much. We'll see you next week at Slovakics.
Yeah, what are we doing?
See you, Allie.
Bye.
It's the Pete Souza Show. Sports, Pete.
Nobody tells